Hello mga katribu and welcome to Pairfect, where we dive into the world of lifestyle, entrepreneurship, and explore how innovative ideas are reshaping our lives. Today we are thrilled to have Mr. Danny D, the visionary behind Farmtop. Farmtop is revolutionizing urban agriculture by turning rooftops into lush gardens, providing fresh produce right to our doorstep. Sir Danny, thank you for joining us today. How are you,
Yeah, I'm
sir?
glad to be here. Glad to be here. Hello to everyone.
All right, go to it na rin po. Ano. First, can you share to us a story behind the founding of Farmtop? No, what motivated you to venture into urban agriculture, and how did you turn this idea into a reality?
Well, it started as a challenge, actually. A good friend of mine who happens to be a professor of a huge uh, agricultural university down south has been going around the country, and speaking to anybody who wants to hear him speak, no, whether it's a big, no, and his message was really simple, no, that by 2030 we will not have enough food in the country. Siyempre, shock kami,
Oh,
diba?
and it's a bit near na rin.
2030, actually, starting
2030, 6 years
2025, which
na
is
lang.
next year, mararamdaman na natin yon. So, two issues. One is food, the other one is water. So, 2030. And at that time, that was like 5 years ago, sabi niya, 10 years yan. So, we have time to actually reverse this. But we have to get our acts together. So, ang passion niya, nakakita siya ng mga garden sa bahay, nakakain ba yan? Nakakain ba yan? Dapat lahat ng tinatanim natin nakakain.
Edible, yes.
Edible gardens, di ba? So the challenge was, what are you going to do about it? No? So we started with one rack of greens on top of my roof deck. So I found 100 square meter area on my roof deck, flat. Perfect daw yon, full sun. So I built a greenhouse there, one rack, until it became 8 racks. Ang dami na namin na produce na.
So basically, it
greens.
casually started lang pala.
Oh, and the idea was,
Okay.
rin to kasi pagkain tayo, especially nung pandemic, hindi kami magugutom. Diba? Of course, it's all vegetables. No? We can have a little poultry here or livestock here. Buhay na kami. No? And then, before a meal, 30 minutes before a meal, we would harvest. We would ask our help, harvest ka naman. And, my kids didn't used to eat greens. No? Ayaw
Kids
nila.
are really hard to feed vegetables.
Mahirap. Ngayon, fast forward to today, 5 years after, nagagalit yan pagka walang greens sa
Walang
table.
greens.
Diba? Because it's so fresh, so crisp. I don't know if you've ever tasted fresh greens. Yung kaka-harvest lang tapos kinain mo. The crispness, the sweetness. May sweetness yung
May mga flavor notes talaga na mas extra yung approach sa tongue.
Walang chemicals.
Yes.
So, alam mo saan ang galing, di ba? So, we started producing half a ton a month, no, from our roof deck. So, hindi na namin maubos, namimigay na kami sa neighbors until we said, it's good to sustain this. No? So then, but if we to sustain it, we have to sell. So our neighbors started buying from us. Padami, nagdo-doorbell lang yan. Ha-harvest namin, as soon as they doorbell, mag-harvest kami, bibigyan na sa kanila.
So kayo na po pala yung parang naging local supplier.
Yung sa utak ng mga anak ko, we had this hashtag, freshness you can taste. Talagang lalasahan mo yung freshness. Which is difficult to come by in the, no. So, kumalat siya ng kumalat hanggang during the pandemic, we built one farm after another that we were serving the Metro Manila market already. Farmtop, it's Farmtop because it's the top of our house where we started. No, now it's on top of buildings. It's called Skyfarms. But the TOP for us is also farm to plate.
Farm to plate, yes.
Yun yung ibig sabihin ng Farmtop. We wanted our fellow Filipinos to experience that kind of freshness. Yung hinarvest ko, so lahat until today, the day we harvest is the day, few hours after it's on your table.
Wow.
It's in your kitchen.
Okay.
So restaurants are benefiting from that also right now.
Mm.
Shock sila. And because of its freshness, a testament of how clean it is, never touched chemicals, an ordinary green would last 24 hours. Magbe-wilt na yan. Sa amin, 3 weeks fresh.
Wow. Okay.
Talagang nabulabog yung logistics in a good way for our customers, the restaurants. So that's how it started. Just kept on going and kept on going. Now I think we have about 400 racks all over the city.
Wow. 400.
Mga gano'n. So
400
it's
racks.
what used to be 1 to 8.
Okay. So,
Now it's,
saan po dito sa Metro Manila? Sa Metro Manila pa lang po ba meron mga Farmtop
By-
Sky Gardens now?
By October or November, we'll be in 5 cities. No?
Here in Metro Manila?
Here in Metro Manila.
But for now, sa
For now.
cities pa lang
Yeah.
po ba?
So we're in
meron?
Taguig.
Taguig, okay.
We're in Quezon City. We are in Ortigas. So that's Pasig. No?
Okay.
So we are now building in Mandaluyong, and then we're also building in Makati. No, Makati, Ayala Avenue. No?
So, na-notice ko, sir, parang may pattern na you guys started building these yung farm tops, yung mga sky gardens sa mga business hubs talaga.
Yes. Okay.
Is there an idea bakit sinimulan niyo po sa mga business hubs?
Yeah. Okay. So the idea is, ito yung isang panaginip ko
Okay.
na magpapalipad ako ng drone sa isang CBD, and then makikita mo may a new layer of an agricultural land, green na green, on top of buildings.
On top of
siya.
buildings, no?
So we would like to make it a little greener,
Okay.
di ba?
So medyo gusto nyo i-disrupt yung
Kasi-
very urban, very concrete na look.
There's a scientific name.
Okay.
It's called the heat island effect.
Okay.
So the CBDs will always be a few degrees hotter
Yes.
than the rural areas, the greener areas, because of the cement and the steel and all of that, no, and the cars, and so talagang
Yung mga
may
carbon emissions
heat
pa
island
ng
effect.
cars, yes.
We could impact it a little bit by making everything greener, which is the reason why I think LEED certification buildings are trying to make every part of the building green. Nakikita nyo sa podium, makikita mo yung buong wall niya.
Oh, yes.
Green, di ba? So that is there. LEED is trying to, certification yan, is trying to lower the heat island effect in the city.
I see.
So that's one. Second is, panaginip rin namin pag na-lockdown, quarantine zone, di ba? Lahat may pagkain.
If ever the
Sana,
pandemic happens,
sana hindi
again,
na
so
mangyari.
Sana hindi naman.
mangyari. Pero, sana also that if we have enough garden or greenhouses where our greens will not have to travel beyond 5-kilometer radius.
So it
No? So everybody
cuts
consumes
costs
it.
na rin sa logistics, no?
It cuts cost of logistics, but more importantly to us, it's sustainability. That reduces the carbon footprint
Oh, yes.
of less use of fossil fuel, diba? Tuwang-tuwa kami kasi meron kaming isang farm, o dalawang farm in Taguig. It's beside a big mall. At yung aming produce, linalakad namin. Walang carbon
restaurants
emission.
there.
To the restaurants.
Okay.
No, sila yung mga namin. Including this farm that we just launched with Rights Against Hunger. We're gonna, kung pwede namin lakarin yan from the farm to the consumer,
Yes.
farm to the villages, farm to McKinley Hill subdivision. Wala na dapat fossil fuel. Or pwedeng bisikleta. Di ba?
Grabe. So ano talaga, sustainability talaga is at the forefront.
Oh yeah. That has been our passion in Farmtop from the beginning.
In the span of 5 years now, with this idea starting, something lang sa bahay nyo, di ba? And then it grew to these sky gardens na within the...
Skyfarms.
Sky Farms, sorry. Sky Farms.
Garden kasi hindi nakakain.
Sky Farms here sa Metro Manila. You've mentioned you guys have been gathering clientele na rin over the 5 years. So may I know kung yung numbers ng clientele nyo na talagang who decided to get their fresh produce from you, and paano siya nag-lead to that? Kasi I think in a span of 5 years, para mabilis na rin yung pag-grow ng clientele nyo.
Right. So 70% of our greens that we grow is contracted by restaurants. No, so these are restaurants, big and small chains of restaurants. No, and 30% goes to the consumer. No, to the e-commerce. Okay. So we have an e-commerce www.farmtopshop.com. Pwede ba?
Oh, pwede. We'll flash it.
Okay.
Yes.
But so people order, and Wednesdays and Saturdays are our farm days for e-commerce. Why farm days? Because so they pre-order it, and then we cut off 2 days before. On the very same day, it's harvested at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Fresh na fresh. In a few hours, nasa kitchen mo na.
Grabe.
Anywhere in Metro Manila.
Anywhere in Metro Manila.
Hanggang Alabang. Di ba? Hanggang north
Fairview.
and south. Fairview and south. So, we wanted them to experience what our family experienced. Yung pinitas mo kanina, tapos ang tamis-tamis.
Diretsong hain na agad.
Freshness you can taste. No? So, we don't want it to touch the ref. Gusto namin yung pag dineliver, kain agad. Diba? Parang ganun.
Alright, sir. So, eto, no, medyo backtrack lang tayo saglit. Nabanggit nyo kanina na this idea started to somehow, not somehow, but to actually alleviate nga yung problems nga when it comes to food security. Kasi nabanggit nyo nga by 2030, these problems will arise. No? So, eto, I want to delve deeper into that idea lang din. What specific issues or gaps in the current food system did you aim to address with Farmtop?
Great question. Okay. We're about to address this in the Makati Business Club. There's going to be a summit, and this is what we're going to be talking about. No? When we delve deeper also in the agri problem in this country, when my friend was going around saying this, it is science, no? Our agricultural land, our farmers, no? The farmers, unlike in other countries, our farmers are the poorest of the poor. A farmer who will till his soil, a hectare of land, will fetch him 60,000 pesos in 1 year.
Okay.
So every month, ang kikitain niya 5,000 pesos. Not even enough to send his children to school and whatever, no? So the children of these farmers are sent off to Metro Manila to study and to stay there. Don't come back to farm. No? Because hindi siya financially rewarding. Hindi siya, no? Pangalawa, the methods that they have been using are outdated.
Yeah.
And then there is no coordination between the farm to market. That corridor is not available to them.
Laging may third man lagi.
Laging may middleman, no? Unfortunately, siyempre, mas mayaman si middleman kaysa kay farmer, no? But we wanted to change all of that. So, nung nakita namin yung problema, we've lost 80% of our farmlands, which is why there will be issues of food security in 2030. Because we cannot blame our farmers for not wanting to be farmers any longer. If somebody comes and wants to buy the land to make it a golf course, sa tingin mo, bebenta niya yung land niya. Siyempre, di ba? So, we're going by the direction of many countries who are already importing all of their food because their farmlands have become resorts and golf courses.
And commercial avenues.
So nagiging konkreto na siya, nagiging heat island effect. Yung buong,
yes,
no? So we want to reverse that to a certain degree. So our direction, sana, is we want to demonstrate that this method that we have can increase their income by 100 1,000%. So there's 60,000, gusto namin abutin 600,000 per year, per hectare to start, no? Which I think we have achieved naman so far. So hopefully, with the help of companies, and we would like to invite other companies to join this advocacy, no? We'd like to be able to give our farmers these methods that increases yield.
Okay.
Farmtop will be engaging these, and two-prong kasi
Approach.
yung aming approach, no? One is efficient growing, and then building, taking out the middlemen, building an ecosystem of buying and distributing it to the major restaurants and markets, no? So so we want our farmers, hindi lang naman mag-increase yung yield nila, dumami. Paano? Mabubulok lang yun kung wala silang market, no? So we buy it and then we distribute it.
Okay.
No? So these two systems have to be in place for it to be a sustainable social impact organization.
Okay. Although I'm curious, sir, na how do you plan on actually, I don't know, convincing or somehow educating these farmers, no, on applying these new methods that you guys are advocating for? Kasi you've mentioned kanina na their practices and their methods are outdated. And I think one of the factors that contributes to that is kasi hindi na sila nagkakaroon ng mga bagong learnings, hindi sila walang nag-educate sa kanila, or siguro yung efforts I don't know ng LGU or ng national government kulang. So basically, yung nagre-resort na lang sila dito sa same old practice, no? And somehow since tumagal na talaga na yung ginagawa nila, parang convinced na sila na ito lang effective way. So how do you plan on convincing them, equipping them with these new learnings na in a way na hindi naman siguro sila mo-overwhelm, and at the same time, since most of these practices are new to them, na yung urban agriculture nga. Paano po yung approach niyo?
Or vertical farming ang tawag
Or
natin,
vertical
ano?
farming, yes.
Okay, tama ka doon. In our trying to find out the route, totoong may resistance yung mga naunang mga farmers, no? So I think the way to do it is in the universities, no? The kids, the children, the young will have to see farming and agriculture as sexy. We want to make it sexier. So we now don't call our farmers farmers. We call them farm specialists.
Farm specialists.
So
medyo may rebranding din palang unang kailangan gawin. Oo.
So scientists sila, no? We are entering into an era of agri-tech. No? So we use AI, for example, to help us grow. We use automated equipments and sensors and all of that. Wala naman dati yun eh. No? But it is impossible to grow and control yield. Parang maging factory siya, no, na lumalabas kung walang mga technology na papasok. So the new farmers will not just till soil. They will have to deal with electronics. They will have to deal with computers. They will have to deal with sensors and
data rin. No?
And data mining, and then analytics. So naka-lab gown sila. Pag nagtatrabaho, hindi pwedeng farmer na lang ang itsura, no? So you change the whole thing, no? And you entice the children. Baka hindi na natin kailangan palitan yung mindset ng tatay or lolo, no? But the young, that's where we start. I think, no? So education is going to be very important.
All right, sir, this discussion is really getting very interesting na nga, no? Since, this a new approach na rin when it comes to farming relatively, no? But before we continue, we will take a short commercial break first.
And this break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, #Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into pressing issues of leadership,
politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
And you are still watching Perfect, with yours truly, Alvin Kasiban, and with our guest, the owner of Farmtop, Sir Danny Dino. Welcome back to the show, sir. So, okay, for my next question here, can you walk us through the process of setting up a rooftop farm? What are the major steps involved from design to harvest? And at the same time, what are the challenges, associated with rooftop farming, and how do you overcome this?
Yeah. Okay. Marami, no? 5 years na kami, no? And we have not yet really perfected it. We're still work in progress, no? Sabi mo nga, design. Right now, rooftops are not necessarily pre-designed for having a farm
A
on
farm,
top.
yes.
No? So, syempre, maraming mga unique issues kada building. No? Nasa gitna yung isang aircon, yung outdoor unit, sayang kasi sana itanabi. No? Maraming the buildings we are using right now are those who have really designed it such that there's an open space na contiguous, dikit-dikit. No? Isang malaking farm. So, one is that buildings are not pre-designed. No? Designed for it. No? Second, you're on the top of the building and transferring inputs, people, produce, up and down the building. There are buildings that are perfect. Pagbukas ng elevator, nandun na
Nandun na agad.
Diba? Of course, the elevator is another issue because you can only bring up the size of the cabin of the elevator.
Yung weight lang na kaya niyang i-sustain.
Oo. And then, of course, you're pulling out whatever materials that we are using, and then you're crossing through several floors na merong mga office workers na kasama, di ba, and all of that. So the coexisting with the whole,
The whole shebang na dun
nandun sila lahat. No? So talagang mahirap. And then, of course, we're now there 8 to 5, di ba? And hindi naman lahat ng equipped with all the facilities for human beings to live, to stay there for 8 to 5, no? Toilets, all of that. So we have to deal with all of that, no? But of course, the how we overcome it. Right now, developers are working with us to build in the design even before the building is built.
Okay.
No? So, yun yung pinakamaganda. Designed na siya with a farm on top in mind. No? And developers are doing that. No? Secondly, we created modules of everything we need that fits an elevator cabin.
Okay.
No? So, pag inakit namin lahat, para siyang Lego, pero in the size na that pwedeng kumasya sa isang elevator. No? Well, those are the biggest issues. We put extra structures so that the air convents does not heat up our so mga ganon. And bagyo, no?
Oh, yun din.
We have successfully made our farms bagyo proof.
Typhoon proof.
No? So
wow, okay.
it's the structure is able to withstand beyond Ondoy. Yun yung mga beyond. So in the 6 years that we have been existing in some of the roof decks, we have withstood any storm. So, isipin mo na lahat ng bagyong dumaan.
Ito, last week lang din.
last
May
week.
bagyo dumaan. Yes.
Wala, hindi niya kayang sirain yung ating structure. No? So, we try to design it such that any factor, no, whether it's heat, rain, whatever else, no, the other elements, we just have to fit it, no. So it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Every roof deck is a challenge, and so far so good.
Alright, so although isang napansin ko din dito na problems na parang the products are at the mercy of the elevators. Basically, kasi di ba, hindi naman lahat na may mga buildings ka na isa lang yung elevator. Ang pinakamarami ko na nga nakita actually parang 6 or 8, pero yung average nakikita ko it's like 4 or 5, no? So, paano, let's say, wag naman sana nagkaroon ng natural disaster like nagka-earthquake, let's say, or talagang error lang talaga ng elevators na hindi na lang gumagana suddenly. So, of course, we don't know how fast ma-resolve yung mga ganong problems. And every day, as you've mentioned earlier, you guys are supplying produce to restaurants and some client. So, paano yun? What if the elevators do not work? So, parang halt na yung operations nyo. Mga may contingencies po ba kayo sa mga ganong type of problems?
Yeah, so far hindi pa naman yan naging major problem. Parang wala pang earthquake na nag-affect. We do time sharing with all the occupants of the building.
Okay.
No? Since early morning naman kami, by 6 o'clock out na kami. Wala pang masyadong tao. So we can commandeer elevators
I see.
during those times. No? So that's we are thankful for all our partners' buildings because they have been very supportive to the whole advocacy in whatever way that they could, including lending us the elevator. Kami lang ang gagamit yan at this particular time.
From the roof deck pababa, dire-diretso na lang.
Secondly, our farmers are troopers. No? Talagang walang Farmtop kung wala yung mga farmers namin. I'd like to shout out to those to our heroes, no? Yung mga farmers namin. Kung walang elevator, Cadillac sila. Cadillacad. Merong stairs eh. Stairs. So talagang
cardio na.
6 floors to kahit how many floors. We've never had to make them do that, but they are ready. Ready. Basta ma-deliver yan. Diba? Hindi matitira dito. Buti na lang, these are greens. Magagaan.
Nagagaan.
Hindi naman bato yung kinakere.
Tsaka hindi naman meat, no? Talaga may weight. Alright, so eto next. How does urban agriculture, no, with rooftop farms contribute to local economies naman, and how have local communities and businesses responded to Farmtop Skyfarms over the span of 5 years that you've been existing?
Okay. Actually, the response is more to the whole advocacy, to the whole message of there is still time to reverse these issues, and we have to get our acts together. That stuck with me since the beginning, and I'm sharing that. And companies, individuals have responded and have committed themselves to the same. From businesses who, including Rise Against Hunger, who's going to be talking soon,
Yes.
have seen and joined us in this whole advocacy. In terms of financial, in terms of just partnering in whatever way. It is overwhelming. We saw the birth of this program called Bawat Buto, Buhay. Every seed gives
BBB
life.
pala to.
BBB. Bawat Buto, Buhay. Build. No? But the companies can adopt racks, a table, and then they contribute in the operating cost of that one table, and then the produce will go straight to feeding, the Filipino people. That's why we tied up with Rise Against Hunger, who has the full capability to handle that part, But it is so attractive to many. Doon ko lang nalaman ang daming mabubuting tao and companies who just needs a platform or a venue to actually contribute, no?
Okay.
So doon. Secondly, the restaurants, no? They are buying not only because, and it's true, they cannot get any more fresher than one that was harvested kanina and in 3 hours is in their kitchen. And it's in the same CBD where the restaurants are. No? So they take advantage of freshness you can taste also. But they are also here because they know the advocacy. They know that 1.5 million children or Filipinos are being fed every year, every day, because of this whole program. Sama kami dyan. They know that this is a message of sustainability, and in companies right now, when Farmtop is there, the message is not only greens, it's kayo. Ano yung inyong ambag dito sa sustainability, sustaining our planet? In the how you choose to come to work, how you, diba, what products you choose to support. Yun yung tanong eh. Hindi lang naman greens ang issue dito.
So ayun nga sir, you mentioned yung engagement nga. So how has it influenced
On food security. Because you support us, there will be more farms that will come up. And there will be more food in the city. No? Second, we want them to help us alleviate, if not end hunger,
yes.
in this country. No? And that's why whenever they buy support this product, they are actually doing that also. Third is we want these companies to help us promote health. I sabi ko, I bike I do biking, no? I cycling. But when I bike, to be healthy, di ba? But when I bike in EDSA, hindi ko alam kung am I becoming healthy or am I slowly dying, di ba?
Kung anong pollution nga.
In the same way, not all greens are created equal.
Yes.
Some are cleaner than others. Some are healthier than others. Some are pesticide laden, di ba? So you want to promote health, you want to promote whatever they're eating, not only greens, but in the way we live our life.
Lifestyle, basically.
And that's the partnership we have with these companies. No? So my platform is 70,000 people here in this company, 6,000 people in this other company. This conglomerate has probably 500,000 people. Sila yung aking audience. And we work together in sending across these three messages. Yun lang, yung tatlong na yan. You can contribute to food security, you can contribute to end hunger, you can contribute to your own health. Diba? So those are the three messages.
Those are such a big task na actually, considering how busy we all are, no? Sometimes we tend to forget yung mga ganitong actually madaling bagay gawin, pero with everything's happening
and early on, we knew that these are big messages that Farmtop by ourselves cannot. And it is heartwarming to see companies and individuals
collaborating with you guys.
Without them, us alone, wala kaming magagawa.
Okay.
And we like to thank them for joining.
All right, so next naman, what future plans do you have for expanding or evolving Farmtop? Are there new innovations or technologies you're exploring to enhance the efficiency and yung yield din?
Right.
Farms?
Hindi lang siya yield, but sabi nga namin, B. Sa farmers namin, ang program namin, bawat buto, buhay. Sa mga farm specialists namin, bawat buto, buhay. So every time you plant, the care given in each stage of the life of that plant until harvest. No? Pero may pang-apat na B, which is bigat. The yield.
Okay.
The yield, the bigat. So we have to be able to use an ISO system, for example, that assures us of constant tamang yield. No? The methods are ironclad, and it's going to deliver the same each and every time. No? Unfortunately, it cannot be done by mere human intervention. We need technology, and technology is here. No?
Yes.
And so there's this organization. Their contribution is not money, but their contribution is their brains. No? And they are helping us to use AI in the future to actually use analytics and machine learning to actually grow greens. No? So that's what we're excited about. There's a second thing that we're also excited about. There's this group of medical technicians in Taipei who came in and reached out to a university here in and they want to be able to solidify their study on greens as medicine, greens to reverse cancer, all of these diseases, no? And ask us if we want to be part of it. Of course, sabi namin, using our greens and injecting our greens the concoctions so that they just keep on eating greens and it reverses cancer or reverses uric acid or diabetes or all of that. So that's, aside from AI, that's the other thing that we are excited. Hopefully, it can happen.
So mga may ventures na rin pala kayo sa medical
Oh,
field din or
kasi
research
ito,
talaga, no?
kakainin mo.
Oo.
So, we do have anecdotes of people who have come to us, wrote us, saying she was fourth stage cancer, pero she really parang really believes that she's still alive because of Farmtop.
Wow,
And she eats,
grabe.
ginagawa niyang smoothie, yung aming Farmtop greens, and eats and drinks that every day. So parang she gets 6 kilos of greens from us every day. Ginagawa niyang smoothie araw-araw. Sasabi niya, buhay
6
pa.
kilos,
Buhay, it's a week.
A week, okay.
So, sabi niya, buhay pa ako kasi sa farm
Sa
top.
farm top, okay.
She's been cancer-free for the last how many years? So, that's just really heartwarming.
That's very inspiring din, no? Okay. So, eto nga tawag dito. So, nakalimutan ko rin pala itanong kanina. May I know the products, the produce that you guys offer po na nagagaling sa farm top?
So, we are confined right now to products that our customers want. So, ang driving ano namin are the restaurants, no? So, predominantly lettuce.
Lettuce,
So,
yes.
whatever you see in a salad plate is what we grow, no? Because dapat may market, diba? So, but we do have arugula, we do have basil, we use of kale, we can grow any of the microgreens, diba, na ano. So, soon, there's this a big chain na pizza, hindi ko sasabihin yung pangalan, but it's forcing us to go into tomatoes, cherry tomatoes,
okay.
three varieties of tomatoes. So,
Mukhang malapit na makumpleto yung Caesar salad, sir.
although we do have dressings.
Wow, talaga?
Yeah, we have dressings, heirloom recipes from my wife.
Wow, that's
So
great.
so these dressings have converted children to become green eaters. We have the Caesars, we have
Yung mga
roasted sesame, yung mga
pang-add talaga ng flavor.
Oo. So sabi namin, kung gusto namin maging healthy yung mga tao
kids,
at kainin
okay,
nila to, kailangan we have to get into the dressings. Kasi yun yung pang-entice sa kanila.
Pang-entice,
Yun yung pampasarap, diba?
Yes.
We also have in our website recipes of what you can do. The
With
different
the vegetables
ways.
you guys have, yeah.
Oh, salad wrap. Caesar salad wraps, no? Na parang Caesar dressing siya pero with mga chicken tapos
So parang
i-wrap mo
burrito.
into pita. Oo, parang
Ayan.
burrito.
Alright, sige. So ito next. So we are about to wrap up. Pero ito, what advice would you give to entrepreneurs looking to enter the field of sustainable agriculture or urban farming?
Yeah. grit. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not also learning curve is quite a lot. No, of course they can turn to us who have been there ahead to guide them. No, into ano, but don't give up. No, grit talaga yung kailangan. No, it's a lot of learning. Everything is science. No, hindi to chamba, hindi lang to puso. There's science behind this, no? And so there's some learning that needs to be done. So kami, we learned it the hard way. If I had known that it was going to be this difficult, I might not have started it. Pero buti na lang hindi ko alam. Pero yun nga, for those who are about to start, just keep on keeping on.
Wow, okay. So ito, our very last question. In what ways do you hope Farmtop will influence the broader urban agriculture movement and sustainability efforts?
Okay, I hope that there will be more companies and the government would really support this kind of food production. It's not just hydroponics. It's not just what we are doing right now, but it's really sana we can contribute to advancing. We become better and better and more efficient, decreasing the cost of producing food. No, sana we can make producing food more sexy for the next generations. Sana companies and the government can really support, whether it's financially, technologically,
Okay, it's a logistics actually.
logistics, the market creation, creating that whole farm to market highway, diba? Yeah, that's hopefully what we hope, that every individual who can contribute has to jump in now, because there won't be any later.
Yes.
Diba?
All right, sir. So, yun na nga. Thank you for gracing us with your knowledge then when it comes to urban sustainability, basically, sir. Pero ito for now, before we end, can you give our audience some of your parting words po, sir?
Yeah. Alam mo, this world we live in, isa lang to eh. No? And in the past, our generation and the generations before us have not been very conscious, and we'd like to apologize to the next generations regarding what we have done, no, with this planet. But it's not too late. No? All of us, all generations coming together to actually contribute to make this planet live longer. No? In the things that we use, what we buy, how we move from one place to another, let's be very conscious that all of this will have an impact in the sustainability of our planet. Sana we can all join in and save this beautiful world we live in.
All right. Wise words po, sir. So, ayun, there you have it, from the man himself, Sir Danny, from the owner of Farmtop Skyfarms. So, thank you again for tuning in here at Pairfect, where we interview people with very innovative mindset. No? But before we end the show, we have a message from the spokesperson and the external vice president of Meralco in regards to addressing and keeping safe during the La Nina season or the rainy season. So, go for it, Manong Joe.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Meralco.
Isang magandang araw mga kaliwanag at ganun na din sa mga katribu. Nakakalungkot nga ang nangyari sa marami nating kababayan dahil sa pananalasa ng Super Typhoon Karina. Daming pamilya, lalo na sa aming mga customers sa Meralco, ang naapektuhan at nalubog sa baha. Kaya kami sa Meralco naging puspusan ang pagtugon namin sa mga pangangailangan ng aming mga customer nitong mga panahon na ito. Hindi po tumigil ang ating mga crew kahit malakas ang ulan o mataas ang baha sa pagbibigay serbisyo. Mula sa pansamantalang pag-alis ng supply ng kuryente para maiwasan ang aksidente, hanggang sa muling pagbabalik ng supply sa oras na ligtas na ang sitwasyon. Napakahalaga po ng public safety para sa amin dito sa Meralco. Kaya bago po namin ibalik yung aming serbisyo sa mga lugar na lumubog sa baha o gayon din sa mga nasirang electric facilities, sinisiguro namin na ligtas muna ito para sa lahat ng customers ng Meralco. Ini-inspect po muna ng aming mga tauhan ang mga lugar na nawala ng serbisyo ng kuryente para malaman kung ano ang naging sira o problema sa aming pasilidad. Kapag nalaman na namin ang naging problema, uumpisahan ng kumpunihin ang mga pangunahing linya ng kuryente. Sa oras na ito, darating ang aming mga equipment at mga kagamitan na gagamitin sa pagsasaayos. Una po naming inaayos ang aming mga linya ng kuryente na nasa main sections. Kapag okay na ang main power lines, ay susunod natin agad ayusin ang mga linya sa mga kali at mga kabahayan. Ito po yung dahilan kung bakit maraming mga bahay ang hindi agad na ibabalik ang serbisyo ng kuryente noong kasagsagan ng bagyo. Dahil maaaring wala ng baha sa kanilang kalye pero sa kalapit na mga lugar, lalo na yung sa major sections, ay hindi pa ligtas na ibalik ang supply. Ngayon, fully restored na halos ang serbisyo ng kuryente sa lahat ng apektado at salamat sa magigitin nating mga line crew na 24/7 walang tigil na magtrabaho sa kabila ng bagyo at baha, walang tigil sa restoration efforts doon sa mga lugar na apektado. Saludo kami sa inyong lahat. Bukod din sa pagre-restore at pagsasaayos ng linya ng kuryente, tumulong din po kami ang aming employee volunteers sa Meralco Rescue, sa disaster response, particular sa mga pagsaklolo sa mga na-stranded dahil sa baha. Agaran din nagbahagi ng libu-libong relief packs ang One Meralco Foundation para sa mga pamilyang pinakaapektado ng bagyo sa iba't ibang bahagi ng aming franchise area. Nakabantay pa rin po kami anumang oras upang agad rumesponde sakali man magkaroon muli ng service interruptions o anumang emergency situations. Layo namin na ayusin ang aming pasilidad na naapektuhan ng bagyo sa lalong madaling panahon. Maaring mag-message ang aming mga customers sa aming mga social media channels kung sakaling may iba pang concerns. Ako po muli ang inyong lingkod, Manong Joe, hanggang sa susunod na episode natin.
Alright, so thank you Manong Joe for those soundful advice, no? Lalo na napapanahon nga ngayon ang mabibigat na ulan at baha. But anyway, once again, thank you for tuning in here at Pairfect. Now, watch Pairfect every Friday at 2 p.m. and usually with host Dina Ventura, but now I'm pinch hitting for her now. But anyway, see you in the coming weeks and stay tuned. And you can always check for news at our Facebook page on Daily Tribune and Tribune Now in YouTube. Anyway, that has been one full show. Thank you mga katribo.